Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class. My name is teacher Mazen Al-Harbi. Today I will be teaching you the English from the curriculum Super Goal 1. So as you can see here, today we will be explaining from Super Goal 1, the chapter number 6, Is There a Few? We're going to learn the conversation and about you from page 52. With me will accompany me using the sign language, Mr. Saleh Al-Ajan. So let us begin. So the objectives of this lesson, I hope that at the end of this lesson, with your cooperation, we will learn or we'll be able to answer question about the conversation that we will have practice on, and also we're going to answer question about their home. We're going to learn how to describe our home, how you describe your home, about the rooms that we have, about the facilities that we have in our home. But before we begin, let's try to review our last lesson. You remember last lesson we talked about or we learned the grammar rule, which is called the expressions there is and there are. And we learn when can we use there is and when can we use there are. For example, have a look at this tree. Okay? For example, if I said or if I see one thing or one object, and in our case here, if I see only one tree, what should I use? I would say, of course, there is a tree, because it's only a one object. How about if I see a group of things, maybe two things or more than two things, okay, or a group of them, like for example, those trees. What shall I use? Shall I use there is, or shall I use another expression, which will be there are? There are trees. So we use, as we learned from last time, we use there is for one thing, one object, maybe one person, and we use there are for a group of things, a group of objects, okay? And if you want to know the question of the answer, there is. For example, if I ask someone and he said, yes, there is a tree, or yes, there are trees. So how can I make a question? How can I make a question that require an answer with there is? Let's see here. It's simple. If you want to make a question with there is and there are, all we had to do is just to put is at the beginning of this sentence and then put a question mark at the end. So the question will be like, is there a tree? Is there a tree? This is the question. And with all the questions that started with is, we call them the yes or no questions. So the answer will be either we say, yes, there is a tree, or no, there isn't a tree. The same goes for the group of trees we have here. If you want to make a question, we can use, instead of saying there are, we can use are there. So the question will be, are there trees? Why we said are? Because as you can see, we have not only one tree, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trees. So for more than one, we would use are. Whether if it's an answer, like yes, there are trees, or if it's a question, we would use are there trees. Okay? So this is how can we use there is and how can we use there are. We use there is only for one object, only for one thing, or for one person. And we use there are for a group of things or a group of objects or maybe people. This is the first part of our grammar that we learned the last time. The second part is that we learn about the prepositions of places. And we have learned 5 different prepositions. 5 different prepositions. The first one is the preposition in. And what do you mean by in? As you can see in this picture, in the box. We use in to describe things that are in something. As in our case here, the ball is in the box. The ball is in the box. The other thing, or the other preposition we have, is behind. For example, the ball is behind the box. The ball is behind the box. For my case here, we have a screen and we have me. The screen is behind me. The screen is behind me. And also, we have another preposition, which is in front of. In front of. For example, the ball is in front of the box. I am in front of the screen. I am, or the teacher, in front of the screen. So here we have the preposition in. It means something to goes in. Behind, it means behind the box. And in front, it means in front of. In front of the box. We have also remaining only two prepositions. The first one is on the box. On, it means on the top of. On the top of. For example, the ball is on the top of the box. The ball is on the top of the box. Okay? And also, we have another one, which is under, and we have learned it last time. Under, which means the ball is under the box. The ball is under the box. So here we have on, under, on, under. Those are the 5 prepositions that we have learned from last time lesson. So let's now try to open our new lesson, which will be on page 52. Let's open your books on page 52, and I want you to have a look at this picture. I want you to have a thorough look at this picture and tell me, what do you think this room is? What do you think this room is? Is it a kitchen? Is it a garage? Is it, for example, a living room? What do you think this room is? Let's see. Here we have a very important aspect here. We have the color pink. Is this for girls or for boys? The color pink. Is it for girls or for boys? And here we have seen a bed. So maybe this one is a bedroom. What do we usually have in a bedroom? So this is not a kitchen, not a living room, not a garage, of course. This is a bedroom. So what do you usually have in a bedroom? So here we have curtains, we can see. We have maybe some pillows, blankets, and it is in pink. So this is maybe for girls, not for boys. Okay. So this room, we agreed that it is a bedroom. Very good. Let's see what kind of furniture we have in this room. What kind of furniture we have in this room. So we agree that this is all a bedroom, okay? But there are certain furniture that need to be put inside the bedroom to call it a bedroom. For example, let's see, here we have drawers, and maybe here we have paintings, we have mirrors, right? What else do we have? Maybe here we have a chair, and here maybe we have a rug under the bed. Here we have a rug that is under the bed, and we have also 2 lamps. So let's see what are the kind of furniture that we have here in this picture. So very good. Here we have a bed, excellent, and we have a chair, very well, and we have lamps. You see those lamps? Very short lamps, very little lamps. And also here we have a closet where we put our clothes, where we put our books, okay? And here we have toys. If you notice, here we have toys. So this is obviously, yes, it's a girl bedroom, and maybe It's for a very young girl. It's for a very young girl because as you can see here we have toys, and also in addition we have paintings, we have mirror, and here we have curtains and chairs and simple drawers. So this is what usually a bedroom would have. This is what usually a bedroom will have. Now, what I want you to do now, this is, we're going to listen to a conversation. And we're going to listen to this conversation twice. The first time, we're only going to listen without looking or reading at the text. And the second time, we're going to listen while we follow reading the text. Okay? So I want you now to close your books and listen to the conversation.
What's your home like? It isn't big. There are only 2 bedrooms, one for my parents, and one for my brother and me. And what's your favorite room? The bedroom. It has my computer. How about you? My favorite room is the living room. Why?
Very well. Now, let's all again open our books. Don't forget the page on page 52. And now it is the second listening. We're going to listen now again, but this time, don't forget to follow while you listen, okay? Don't forget to follow while you listen. So this is a conversation between 2 friends, John and Tom. They're talking about their home. They are talking about their home. So let's listen, and then we will have a couple of questions to discuss.
What's your home like? It isn't big. There are only 2 bedrooms, one for my parents, and one for my brother and me. And what's your favorite room? The bedroom. It has my computer. How about you? My favorite room is the living room. Why?
Very well. So now we have listened to John and Tom talking about their home and also talking about their favorite rooms. And you see how Tom describes his bedrooms. He didn't forget our rule that we have learned today. He used the word there are. He used the word there are. And we agreed that we use there are for more than one thing. We use it for 2 things, maybe 3 things, or 3 objects. In this case, he said, there are 2 bedrooms. There are 2 bedrooms. So Tom actually listened to our lesson last time, and now he is using our rule. Now, since we have listened to this conversation, let's, me and you, go to the questions and try to discuss what Tom and John has discussed already. So this conversation is still need to have an ending, okay? And you need to choose your favorite ending, okay? So John started, or Tom started by saying why, and John, there is also, he's waiting to respond, okay? So we have on here 3 options. Option number 1, option number 2, and option number 3. Let's listen to those options and you choose your favorite ending.
1. Because it has a huge high-definition TV. 2. Because there's a nice view. 3. Because there's a great sound system.
Very good. So Tom chooses, or John, who chooses that his bedroom is his favorite room. Why? Here we have 3 options. Maybe because it has a huge high TV, a high definition TV, or there is a nice view. His bedroom has a nice view, or maybe because there is a great sound system. There is a great sound system. So what is your favorite answer? Is it 1 or 2 or 3? For me, I would choose number 2. We like, for me personally, we like and I like a nice view. I like mostly a nice view. So whatever you choose, I'm sure it is the good answer and good choice. Now, let's move on to the conversation. Okay, we have listened to the conversation between John and Tom. Okay, and there are a couple of questions that we may take from that conversation. Let's listen to read those questions and try to answer them. The first question says, how many bedrooms are there in Tom's house? How many bedrooms are there in Tom's house? And the second question is, who shares the bedroom with Tom? Who shares the bedroom with Tom? Who uses the bedroom with Tom? And number three, what is Tom's favorite room? What is Tom's favorite room and why? And the number four is, what is John's favorite room? What is John's favorite room? So, how can we answer this? We're going to read the question and we'll go back to the conversation and try to look through the conversation about the answer. So let's start with the first one. How many bedrooms are there in Tom's house? We can go back to the conversation and see what Tom has to say about his bedrooms in his house. Tom said, there are only 2 bedrooms. Tom says, there are only 2 bedrooms in my house, one for my parents and one for my brother. So this is the answer of the first question, that there are only 2 bedrooms. There are only 2 bedrooms in Tom's house. So we go back to the question and write down the answer as you can see here. It is, there are only 2 bedrooms in Tom's house. Now let's move on to the second question. Who shares the bedroom with Tom? Who shares the bedroom with Tom? So let's go back to the conversation and see who shares the bedroom or uses the bedroom with Tom. So let's continue. Tom says, I have 2 bedrooms, one for my parents and one for my brother and me. So not only Tom, but also his brother. So this will be the answer number 2. This will be the answer of question number 2. So he said here, Tom shares his bedroom with his brother. Tom shares his bedroom with his brother. This is the second answer for the second question. Now, let's move on to the third question. What is Tom's favorite room and why? What is Tom's favorite room and why? Let's see here. So, when John asked Tom, what is your favorite room? What is your favorite room? What is the room that you like, the room that you love, the room that you spend your time in? So Tom said, the bedroom. The favorite room for Tom is the bedroom. He said, it has my computer. It has my computer. This is why Tom likes the room. So this will be answer of question number 3. This will be the answer of question number 3. Now we'll go back to the question and we'll write it here. Tom's favorite room is his bedroom. And why it is his favorite room? Because it has his computer. Because it has his computer. This is why Tom's like his room. Now, number 4, the last one. What is John's favorite room? What is John's favorite room? So now we learn that Tom's favorite room is computer or the bedroom because it has a computer. What about John? What did John say? Let's go back to the conversation and see what did John said. John said, my favorite room is the living room. my favorite room, the room I like, is the living room. And will be the answer of question number 4. This will be the answer of question number 4. So as you can see here, we have 4 questions and we have 4 answers that we have learned from the conversation. Did you write it down? Very good. Now, let's move on. Now, in this part, okay, you have to tell a partner about your home. Now, we have listened to Tom and John talking about their home, and now it is time that for you, you can write or tell about your home. Let me give you an example for myself, okay? Now I'm going to describe my home, okay? My home, if I want to say something about my home, I would say it is small, not big, it is small home, and it has a living room. My home has a living room, and also it has 2 bedrooms, it has kitchen, okay? And also there is, I would use there is if I want to talk about one thing, and use there are if I want to talk about more than one thing, okay? But let's say here, in my home, there is a balcony with a nice view. There is a balcony with a nice view. You remember from last training, I said that I would choose from your ending, I chose the ending that says, I like the place or my bedroom to have a nice view. Now it is your turn. We need you to tell us about your favorite room. What is your favorite room? Tom said that my favorite room is my bedroom, and John said my favorite room is the living room. And what about you? What is your favorite room? Write it down here. Write down your favorite room and say, my favorite room is your choice. And also, if there is one thing you like about your favorite room, use there is. And if there are more than one thing, you would use there are, okay? And the last thing, just tell us what types of furniture does your favorite room has. You can say, for example, it has a computer, it has a bed, it has a lamp, it has a curtain, it has a TV. So just write what you like about your room. So the last thing we'll have for our lesson today is you need to answer those couple of questions. So what is in your bedroom? What kind of furniture that you have in your bedroom? You remember the first picture that we talked about, the girly bedroom? We said that girly bedroom has a chair, has a curtain, and has a bed, and also has a closet and little toys. So those are the favorite things that is in her bedroom. Now, what are the things that is in your bedroom? And more specifically, what is under your bed? So you know the bed you sleep on? What is under your bed? Do you have, for example, extra books? You have extra clothing? You have toys? So just tell us what kind of things that you have under your bed. So now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.